Come on? That was 2 years ago as far as I know. She's already sorted that one out. It couldn't have been her father, right? With the mentioned sale, she has earned enough to cover every bill for a while. It should. So what is it then?
No problem. It should be in the afternoon news as well.
Whatever her troubles right now, I doubt it's something meant for casual discussion, else she would have mentioned it sooner. Tucking my curiosity for later, I take the remote and begin cycling through the channels. A distraction, not a good one, I admit, but better than leaving a wallow in a dark mood. Eventually, I find one doing a recap of this morning's reports. And there it is. The Burn Man. Poor guy is unidentifiable. Unidentifiable. With how badly his body's been burned. Murder via arson? That's the logical explanation if I'm the officer looking into it. Except, they can't find the source of the fire. The fire did not even spread. It's like if you burn by himself.
Found dead in the early hours of the morning today. The fire was contained within the room and no other tenants were harmed, according to Luxbourne police.
They're going to consider spontaneous human combustion soon enough. If they don't find anything else. Is that even a thing? Spontaneous human combustion? But what's important for everyone to note is the state of the room. Help me repeatedly scroll around the room.
A similar writing was found in another victim's room from last week's incident. Both were employees of Briar Realty Corporation. LBN has reached out to the...
Like what happened to Cooper? Hell, I wonder how many other deaths I missed. How many crime scenes had ended up in a similar state while I've been looking into right. The LPD is already thinking it's a serial killer at this point. How long until they consult with the London Metropolitan? I'm not sure. The Amsterdam butcher has always been an enigma, even to the people of this city. Gone for a few years, then in the next, one body after another is found. Merely handling the case has apparently driven the chief inspector insane years ago. He never did find out who committed those murders. Maybe now, this time.
This is because of that thing, isn't it? I did this somehow.
They all come out a whisper, a voice of words, but each syllable lingers in the air, heavy with her guilt. All laid bare in this one moment of weakness. In the thick tension of the room, they strike harsher than any of the things we've said. She has to understand, she has to know that she's not the only one on this. No one has asked her to take this upon herself. Rebecca won't. Zach won't. I sure as hell won't.
It ain't too late. We could still fix this. There's 3 of us here. 4 if you count Rebecca.
Yeah.
No, she's staying away from this. I don't want to involve her in this any more than I already have. Both of you as well.
I already said it. That's completely out of the question. Stop asking.
Encouragement aside, this is still a whole fucking mess and we're in it blind. The only way to make it worse is if we start running around like a bunch of headless chickens. But I have a concrete plan now. Aside from those writings, there's another thing linking most, if not all, of those victims. Oh! The latter, I still have to look deeper into, of course. However, this little detail has been bothering me after the second publicized death. Most of the victims are employees of the same company before they ultimately untimely deaths. That's true. Briar Realty Corporation. Inconsequential when one looks at the grand scheme of things, but maybe, just maybe, I'll be able to find something there. Maybe Isabella's right. Maybe she has a point in suggesting we dig deeper into BRC itself. Maybe you are looking at it the wrong way. After all, despite the public's inquiries, the company has been quite suspiciously mum about the incidents. No matter where one looks at it, everything they're doing screams fishy. Not just with the fast sale of the mansion. This entire time, I've been ignoring it and treating it as a separate matter, but what if? I don't mention all of this to Zach, of course. My suspicions are mine for the moment. The details are something he doesn't need to know until I have something to show. It's enough that he's aware I have an idea in mind. This part, Zach doesn't push it, and nothing but a heavy silence leads my departure hours later. Good, time to investigate. Though from the looks of it, he has a plan of his own, too. Yep, kind of. This despite my insistence for him to stay put. Zach always means well, but I worry less if he's not moving about without my knowledge. There are so many unknown variables at play here already. Hell, I'm still apprehensive about letting Isabella tag along, though she insisted, and I know, despite myself, that she can help get me what I need faster than rashly snooping about alone. It also goes to say she'll be safer when she's with me.
This is a really big one, and I'll be damned if I let anything happen to you guys while I sit here. I'm done running when things get tough.
Which doesn't particularly excite me, if I'm going to be honest. I trust him to be reasonable. What I don't trust is the uncertainty that we are not simply jumping out of a frying pan and into a fire.
Look, bro, if things ain't good, I'll be the first one out. But allow me this one thing, aight? Just this one time. If it doesn't work out, you'll be the first one to know. You can laugh then, or berate me all you want. But please don't ask me to step aside like I'm incapable of doing anything to help.
Sure, Zach. Anyway, what can I do? Short of cuffing him, which will present problems of its own and leave him terribly vulnerable. It's not like I can keep him leashed. He's an adult, a man of his own. I just hope this whole thing doesn't get any more foobar than it already is.
Alright, stay safe, Zach.
I want to say more than that, but I don't want to state the obvious. Zach's not an idiot. He knows I mean more. He knows not to run into things recklessly a lot more than I do. He knows to keep his line of communication open, always ready to call for help when he needs it. And he knows not to get in over his head. Seriously, he'll probably make a more responsible police officer than me, if he only has the heart to join the force. We certainly can use more kind people like him. So, as good as that thought is, I push all of it into the back of my mind as I step out onto the pavement and join Isabella in my car. Tonight, I can stay distracted. Except for a few half-hearted attempts at getting some kind of reaction from Isabella, the drive to BRC is a quiet, awkward affair. More so, the hour-long wait for nightfall in an adjacent car park. Even with only the two of us, without any suspicion bystanders loitering the vicinity, the place is rife with tense energy. Only a matter of minutes now. Nevertheless, the ticking seconds do not take away the edge, and for the 5th time since we've arrived, I reach out and fiddle with the radio. Adjusting and turning the knobs with no real purpose. It's a nervous quirk I've developed and never bothered to correct during stakeouts. With the lack of a friendly conversation to distract, I have nothing else to keep my mind occupied. What else is there for me to do? The person I can usually count on for a casual, out-of-the-blue chat refuses my attempts at steering one and remains stubbornly taciturn.
Ash, out with it! If you have something to say.
The way she quickly falters into silence after, in spite of the tone she takes, though it makes me doubt if she really means everything she's telling me right now. She has not even glanced my way since our wait has started.
Having second thoughts? You can still back out if you want.
We're just going to my office. Why should I?
Dunno? You can get in trouble maybe. This isn't exactly legal.
Scope BRC out, see if the real estate company has any more information that may be of help. That's the plan. Oh, I like that. There still might be some logical explanation, a human element behind this. Or it is a curse. Nothing certain at this point in time. The only way to find out is to investigate. Ah, yes! Things about Cooper, things about the other agents assigned to the Emerald Mansion. According to Isabella, it's the last property the victims have worked on. Sure, I can also check the station for full reports, see if I might find something new or if someone else had caught anything that slipped my notice. That's the easy, semi-legal way, but I don't want to bump into Chief right now. The guys at the precinct will definitely throw me out as soon as they see me on his orders. Someone else has probably filed it under the Luke Wright case too for further inspection. I'm not the only one working on it after all, and those are off limits to me right now. Yeah. No matter what authority I hold, I'd have to break into my own precinct if I want to do so much as take a peek at anything. Ooh. Not that my plan right now is any better. I'm just breaking into a different place, more or less with a civilian to boot. But address still doesn't sit well with me. It never will. Especially if this might put her in a very tricky position afterwards. She's been very careful when it comes to her work, almost a model employee, as people would say. Wonder why she's throwing caution to the wind now.
I'm not an employee here. I'm not supposed to be looking for any confidential stuff. Only people like you are privy to.
If you mentioned earlier that this is your plan, I might have had enough time to think about it. I already promised to help if you need access to those files. I didn't think you'd want to see them this soon and in this way. Besides, the same goes for you, right? You were taken off your case. Won't you get in trouble with your boss?
If we don't get caught, no. But if we do, yes, and a lot. Honestly, it's a toss-up between breaking into our office or into the Wright mansion. News of BRC is downsizing and rumors that they might be going under is not exactly restricted info. Even someone of Isabella's position within the company is aware of it. If that's the case, I'll have an easier time getting here first. After all, why would someone want to break into a realty company? Been here many times before anyway. For a few casual visits when I wanted to bug Scary the Cat. Over the years, I've more or less grown familiar with their security setup and how badly staffed their personnel is. Plus, it's an old building, means their access protocols are old, if not outdated.
Still, I can do this on my own, you know.
Really? And how are you even planning to get into our office without an access card? Please
Well, I was going to pry open the card reader and use a gecko.
You're a hopeless case. I really want to know why no one has locked you up yet.
Damn.
Yet you're helping me with this. Willingly. I don't think that'll sit well with the Philippine embassy either. Chances are you'll probably get deported the minute they find out.
Low blow, I know, but dissuading her is worth a shot while she can still turn back. It's not like I don't have any means to get into the place unnoticed. With or without her, I have a way.
At least I have a reason to be snooping about. My badge and rank can speak for me in case things go south. You?
For a passing second, it seems to work. A hint of panic and hesitation flashes across her features when she looks to me with searching eyes, and unexpectedly it dissolves. not behind the fear I'm